And so we need to know two things. The first is that there's this little itty bitty part of our brain about the size of an almond called the amygdala. And I like to think of it as like a watchtower. It scans for danger and threats. And when it sees one, it creates a flight, fight, or freeze response. And this is part of your sympathetic nervous system. The second thing we need to know is that our brains have neurons. And these neurons, I'll pull up an image here so you can see what an actual neuron looks like. It's pretty cool. But think of them as information pathways. They share information. It's like little roads with cars on them, right? So the neurons are the roads and the information are like the cars moving along. They create neural networks, neural pathways. And my favorite way to think about these is if you were in a sled, right, on a snowy hill and you slid down the hill, you would leave a groove in the snow. It won't be very deep yet, but if you went down the groove again, that groove would get deeper. And the more you slide down that groove, the deeper that groove gets. And if you start sledding in a different spot, but you get towards that groove, it's gonna be easy to fall into it and go down that groove again. Neurons work the same way, as in, if we use that same neural pathway over and over and over again, it becomes automatic in a way. It's easier for it to be activated, and we use that road, that pathway, more than a different one. Does that make sense? I'm going to tie this all together in mental blocks now. So what can happen in the pole vault a lot of times is something strange or unexpected happens. It could be an injury, it could be a pole that's too big, it could be a competition that something happened, weird weather, winds, it could be all sorts of different things. And when that happens while you're pole vaulting, that information from that event goes through your neurons and talks to the amygdala, and the amygdala goes, this information is scary. It seems dangerous and threatening. I'm gonna send a flight, fight, or freeze response out to protect you from that happening again. And because it did that, every time you do something similar to that event, pole vault, your brain literally sees pole vaulting as a threat. So every time you go to do this movement, this pattern, this thing, that flight, fight, or freeze is activated by the amygdala, and like we said, you either fight, or you could freeze. It could be all sorts of different things, but it's really hard to pole vault when your brain sees pole vaulting as a threat.